We have been in a fog, and as we emerge, we see the world's been pushed to the brink. And so have you. I'm Dr. David Orrs, I'm the Doc of DeFi, and I invite you in a double major education, one of health, one of wealth, and how the two interact. Well, here I am. Hard to appreciate just how much of a climb I've just endured, but so have many other people today. And it was all for this. That little copper survey stake means we're at the top. So the journey in took about 45 to 50 minutes. The journey back will be shorter. It's about 105 degrees Fahrenheit today with a bit of a breeze. And I am reminiscent of another climb I did in a totally different place. Here we are in the desert, the desolate, feeling the dry air, the thorny bushes, and the hard rock. And about 2,500 miles, 2,600 miles away, there's another climb called the Grouse Grind. And I did that recently in the last 3 weeks. It is another vertical that you can do, but it's in a completely different environment. It is in a rainforest, and it is lush and it is cool. Even on the hot days, you can feel the humidity from the green all around you. It is under cover of a tree canopy until you get to the top. It's a bit longer than this trek and takes a bit longer as well. It took me 1 hour and 10 minutes to do. It's the equivalent of a vertical climb of about a 40-story building, the Grouse Grind, and the diagonal is about 2 miles. This current diagonal that I just climbed here in the desert is about 1.25 miles, and the vertical height is not quite as tall. It's more like 20 or 25 stories, but still just as enduring. And here I'm reminded of things that go on in life, in learning, and these climbs. The reason why I do them, not only to connect to nature, but it's metaphoric. It's about how I view learning and going through the day. And the climb up here, I'm focused on where I want to go. It's true, some say it's about the journey, but I'll get to that in a minute. In my way of doing things, I am totally focused on coming up this way and reaching my destination. Sometimes it's at the 3/4 mark or the halfway mark. Today it was all the way to the top. Now that I'm here, I take stock and I reflect and I enjoy what I've accomplished, and it's on the way down that I do the learning. I think about the way up, I think about my motivation, my one-track mind on the way here, and on the way down I stop and I look and I see the nuances, the thorns, the roots, how they grow around the rocks, etc. It's very similar to what happens in a day, in my opinion. So your getting through the day is like the climb. There's a destination, there's something that you do, and you are in a one-track mind to do it. And what is the going down? What is the descent in somebody? Well, that to me is when you sleep. Ever notice that most things are somewhat better, or at least modulated after a sleep? That's because that is actually where you do all of your learning. You might think you're going to class during the day, you might think you're doing a project, you might think you've tackled something new, and very well that might be. But the actual learning, the actual integration happens during sleep. And that's why it is so very important. And then other people come and do hikes like this to try and get healthy. They believe that because they breathe hard and their heart pumps fast, that's a positive. It's not always a positive. And if you're not ready to do any of that, even though your heart will pump and you will breathe and you will get to the top, you might be doing more damage than good. But to those who have adapted and to those who can take advantage of these kinds of exercises for the positive, the thing to remember there is, again, all the good work happens during the recovery and during the sleep. So very, very important to respect that. And the learning happens in the decompression. Anyhow, we'll catch you on the next video.